Back, the chair now recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to address the problem with Trump Care. The problem with Trump Care is a too much is not enough mentality. A too much is not enough mentality that would cause some to be willing to sacrifice the needy to satiate the insatiable desires of the greedy. A too much is not enough mentality that would allow some to rob the needy of health care to reward the rich with wealth care. A too much is not enough mentality. And this too much is not enough mentality exists at a time, Mr. Speaker, when the very wealthy are doing very well in this country. The big banks are banking big bucks. The healthcare industry is quite healthy. In fact, last year, the industry's net income was up $13.1 billion. That's 46%. CEOs are doing quite well. The top 10% CEOs are raking in millions annually. Let's look at the number one person on the top 10. This person had an income of $98 million, up 499%. Mr. Speaker, I don't begrudge people for making money. I don't begrudge people for making a lot of money. I do think that they should all pay a fair share of taxes on that money, however. Some of them pay carried interest, which is not the ordinary income tax that other people are paying. So, Mr. Speaker, the too much is not enough mentality not only impacts the way people view health care, but it also impacts people who are making minimum wage. Juxtapose the person who made $98 million last year with the person who is making $7.25 an hour. By the way, all minimum wage workers are making $7.25 an hour, except those who are in the service industry, and they make even less. $7.25 an hour. The minimum wage has not been raised in a decade. More than 10 years, CEOs get raises of millions annually. Mr. Speaker, the too much is not enough mentality is keeping wages down, causing those at the top to make more, and creating a chasm between the top and the bottom, the middle as well. And in so doing, we have created a class ceiling, Those who are in the working class are not making enough to make ends meet. At $7.25 an hour, you cannot afford to take care of a family. At $7.25 an hour, you can barely manage to take care of your needs, and you cannot afford health care. Those who would take $1 trillion out of health care, those who would reward the rich with billions of dollars as a result, those who would do it so that they can go on to a tax plan where they'll cut even more. Those who would do this, Mr. Speaker, have a too much is not enough mentality. It seems that they believe that the poor can do more with less and that the rich need more to do more. I refuse to support Trump Care. I will not support anything developed along the lines of too much is not enough. I yield back the balance of my time.